everybody. Welcome back to Bethesda Unpatched. This is episode number 15. I am Joe the Widget, and I am joined by the, well, I could say space trucker extraordinaire again, because you were doing some space trucking in a way, but also the caravan master himself, Kilo.
That's me. I'm here.
And we have
intelligent. I'm wearing my favorite shirt right now.
I got my Elder Scrolls Online developer shirt. Okay.
Okay. Well, flex. Why don't you?
Want to introduce our guest?
I would love to introduce our guest. Okay. I was gonna write this down, but I decided to wing it because it felt like that was the way to go.
Let's do it.
Okay. Because
I want to do it.
Well, first, I'm trying. We'll have to address this in a minute. Because all right, this wonderful woman is my female counterpart. We have been friends online for quite some time. We almost met at a Disturbed concert, but our timing was off, so we didn't get a chance to meet. But we like a lot of the same movies, a lot of the same games, a lot of the same music, pop culture. We're coming from the same generation. She is an author. She's a fucking marathon runner. She's a podcaster. She's a just all around badass. And her name is HB Walsh. Welcome to the show.
We talked about you just not underplaying it, okay? You're supposed to build her up a little bit.
Supposed to build her up a little bit. She's a voice actor too. She's a voice actor and she's the mother of dragons. Yep.
Yes.
She does all sorts of stuff.
If you keep saying all these lovely things, I'm going to believe them. Thank you.
Isn't that the point?
Absolutely. Now, remind me, was it GD Army? Was it Gaming Discussion Army? Was that where we met on Facebook? Yeah, it was through Rob Dinner, right?
Yeah, Rob, my sweet Rob. Rob, who I worked with at Blockbuster when I was in college.
That's right. Blockbuster. That was the connection. I remember now.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You should ask him about pushing me around in the shopping cart in the parking lot and all the other dumb shit I used to do there.
No, I've heard that story. Yep. I know that one absolutely.
Yeah.
But we
I know
actually
Huron too. Yeah.
Huron and Tony and Mike and all the guys.
Yeah.
Those are members of Battlecry, a former local metal band. We knew them back when they were Garage, and I'm actually in their Push Pull Destroy music video.
That's fucking awesome.
You have screen credits.
But yep, I do. Well, no, my name's not anywhere, but except on this podcast. But we bonded. I think we originally bonded over Mass Effect. The Mass Effect trilogy is when we hit it off, and then we just figured out that we see things a lot of the same way. And she this wonderful woman right here, she is the reason that I am having this conversation right now, because she is the one that got me into podcasting.
Back on the old one. On the MILFcast.
Yeah, back on the MILFcast. Back on the MILFcast, which the first time I said that to Joe months and months and months ago when we first met, he was like, the what?
Man, I Love Films podcast. It's so clever, is it not?
Yeah, I'll give you that. So my attention is slightly pulled a little bit during the recording. I apologize. I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, and they are playing right now. But I might just turn it off because it is distracting me a little bit. Because Josh Allen's the man, and he's kicking some butt.
HB and I will just rap. And
yeah, you guys go ahead. I'm going to watch the game.
I'm. It's like full circle for me. I'm super happy to have you on the show because you're kind of the start of my podcasting thing, because you kind of put that seed in me. And then when it came to Joe on the old cast, he's like, hey, we need a guest. And I came out and guested for him a couple of times before coming on full time for Starfield Raw. And then
a wonderful addition to that show. Yeah, and still going, man.
Yeah.
15 episodes into this. I was thinking about it the other day. I think you've got we got close to 50, almost 50 episodes together. Right about there.
Yeah, no. It's got to be that. We started recording. We record weekly except for the holidays. Mm-hmm. And we started recording May 10th of 2024.
Yeah, okay. That's right on the ballpark.
Yep. That's when I came on full time. Awesome.
I love this shit for you. Like, it's fucking great. I was so excited when I saw that you were doing this show. Like, really, really excited for you. I'm really,
Thank you
really
so
happy
much.
for you. And I'm really, really happy to be here too. And I wouldn't say that shit unless I meant it. I would fucking make fun of you.
No. Yes. Would not hold back.
No,
I
it's
guarantee that.
cool.
One thing I've learned about you already,
girl.
I've met you, 15 minutes ago? She's got no filter. So she fits right in. It's perfect. Well, we're going to roll with that.
None. Yeah,
Absolutely.
here's what you get. I don't mess around. I don't care.
I'm cool with that.
We're good with that here.
You got some housekeeping
I
to
always
do really
say,
quick?
have me on your show at your own risk.
Worth the risk, 100%. We're going to jump into some housekeeping announcements here real quick. Stay weird, Lemonade. Here's what we got. We got our first dick pic on Lemonade.
Okay.
On that Ella Purnell picture on our Lemonade, because here's the thing, HB, we promoting the show, we went to all social media. I went to all social media because I'm a glutton for punishment, including Lemonade, which is like Instagram ripoff. And it is weird over there. And we got no traction, not a like, for weeks until I posted a picture of Ella Purnell, who is, of course, Lucy in the Fallout TV show. And then we started getting all the old guy creeps on there. And I had to explain to a few of them, I'm like, look, this is two almost middle-aged dudes, like, doing a podcast about video games. No, stop hitting on us. Stop hitting on Ella. She doesn't know you. Oh, dude. So the other day I log on, I'm like, oh, new comments. And it's legit this dude, Stanley. He posted 3 pictures. And one of them, his junk was all the way out, man.
Oh, that's so
condolences.
Were you impressed? Dude. I mean, I want more details here. I need to know at least a little bit about it. He
was wearing boxers and he's like pulled it out through the leg hole, and I'm not even sure how he managed that because he wasn't packing a lot.
No.
Oh man,
no,
it was
that's
bad.
A fail. You don't lead with that. Come on.
Itty bitty little guy,
honestly. Oh, dude, it was bad. So I reported that, and it got taken down. I deleted his other stuff. I blocked his account because that's just fucking.
I'm thinking Lemonade's not a good thing.
It's not great. And here's the thing, okay? Because I think that did something with the algorithm with our post, okay? Because then we had that little meme. It was like the color blindness test, and like the one that was like if you can't see the number in this one, you're a synth. Whatever. I get so many people that have no idea what I'm talking about, what that post is about. We're drawing a lot of people from outside of our target audience, so that's the main problem with that one.
Okay, that's an issue.
So that's that. So Lemonade's gross. Stop it.
For you, it's gross.
For you, it's gross.
You may have
over here asking about.
A lot of people over there that are listening to your show.
I didn't save the picture. HB. I didn't.
Thank you. Thank you for not doing that.
Oh, I've imagined enough in my head. My imagination is wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to giggle for a while. I'm a woman on the internet. Like, that's pretty normal for me to receive stuff like that. And
I imagine. Yeah.
It was so weird.
You have to develop a sense of humor about it.
How weird is it that coming up the week before we were having you on the show talking about females in video games, talking about women in video games, and it's like the timing was so weird. So that was that. Enough of that. That's all the housekeeping I have. All the rest of our social media is somewhat mediocrely normal for the internet. So.
Right. Yeah. I just want to say that Billie Jean is my lover. I'm just rolling with that joke. It's going on.
She's just a girl. She's just a girl.
Not my lover.
Jesus Christ.
All right.
It's not mine.
We do have some interesting news. Before we get into the bad one, I want to talk about this Elder Scrolls Online Studio.
Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Elder Scrolls Online Studio wants to make other games.
And I have some things to say about that. Because I know for a fact from being on the inside that there was another game in the works at the same time as Fallout 76, and it was going to be a Fallout MMO. I forgot the code name of it, but I think it did get canned after the success of 76.
Okay, that's interesting. When did 76 come out? When did that drop?
That's a great question.
Because while I was doing some research for the show
November 14th, 2018.
Okay, that was 3 years after the other article that I have. Because when I was doing research for the show tonight, I was looking up, women characters in video games, and came across an article from 2015 how Bethesda designed Battlecry's female characters. I totally forgot about this game, and we've never mentioned it on the show. Battlecry is a MMO from back in the mid 10s that was supposed to be free to play, and I think maybe I heard about this a couple of times. I never heard about it again. Is this something that you remember?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it was no more. I think they've had 2 or 3 projects outside of ESO that were in development, because the whole idea behind ZeniMax Online Studios, when they created that studio, was for their massive online gaming. And when it was originally thought up, they had 3 games in plan. The first, obviously, being Elder Scrolls Online. That was the main one they were working on. But then they had, because they were talking about wanting to do their major franchises on an MMO platform. But that was when MMOs were really huge. But they have since kind of lost traction over the years.
Yeah, this was supposed to be a 32-player online multiplayer. No guns in the game. Combat is up close and personal. Bethesda describes Battlecry as a game that accentuates the nobility of battle. And then it just disappeared, and no one talks about it anymore. It was interesting that you said that regarding Elder Scrolls Online. About this article, Rich Lambert, the boss at ZeniMax, has said that he hopes to make additional games beyond the popular MMO. He says he wants Elder Scrolls to succeed, but diversification is important too, which is really interesting considering that we just had that project, was it Project Blackbird?
Yeah, that was exactly what I was going to bring up. They got canceled by Microsoft, which was actually not a part of their standard IPs, which was definitely
it wasn't part of their start, right? Because there was a thought for a second that it was supposed to be a Starfield MMO, because of course Fallout, we have an MMO for that, and for Elder Scrolls we have one for that as well. Yeah, he says that we got Bethesda Game Studios, we got Machine Games, and id. The list goes on, but I want us to be that group that everyone looks at like we do with Bethesda Game Studios.
Yeah,
He's looking to spread his wings,
honestly,
spread the studio across other IPs.
I don't think we're ever going to see a true MMO Fallout where you have thousands of people in the same world. I think they're just going to stick with 76 and update that. But what I think the game that actually would lend itself very, very well to an MMO format would be Starfield. It's already got the space for it.
Thousands of worlds.
I mean,
you do so much with that.
Yeah. I think that would be incredible. Even if they did something similar to what they did with 76, putting 20 or 30 people in a server, that would be incredible.
Right. Well,
the bad news.
Yeah, let's, I guess, get into this shit show. Excuse me. Microsoft's Bethesda posts video game clip in mocking reference to Charlie Kirk assassination. Let's just start by saying that we don't get political on this podcast. We have no desire to, but we have a commitment to report everything that's newsworthy with Bethesda. It's the only reason we're bringing this up. We're not condoning political violence, nor the glorification of it.
I will condone it. I would do myself injustice if I didn't. But that's all I'm going to say on that part. I think any violence of that nature is not good.
Yeah, no, it's not good. So what happened is some of the Bethesda social media managers posted a video from Indiana Jones in which Indiana Jones pets the cat and says,
yeah, I saw this shortly after it happened. And I know that they did remove that post within like 6 seconds after they posted it.
It was fast. It was fast because it popped up really fast in my feed, and I went, "What the fuck happened?" And I went back and looked, and
the internet's faster, so people it spread like wildfire. The damage had been done.
So that is something that they're dealing with. That we really don't have any other details as far as who was responsible. I don't think.
And the quote was, "You don't care much about these fascists, do you?"
Some people are arguing that it was just bad timing, that it wasn't necessarily nefarious.
It's possible, but that timing is just too bad.
Yeah, if it wasn't intentional, then I understand just taking it down.
Yeah, of course.
There not being repercussions, but also the timing also makes it sure feel like it was intentional.
I'm not going to say my true feelings on this, but I will say that I think companies, especially video game companies and of that nature need to stay away from politics. Don't
Oh my God,
do
yes.
it publicly. Just stay out of it.
You know, same thing goes for actors. It goes for movies. Like you make movies. If that's your, I have no problem with anybody disagreeing with me. I have no problem discussing in a civil manner anything with anyone. When you're in a position of power, in a position of visibility,
Influence.
influence, I just don't think it's your place to.
And you got to keep in mind, actors are professional liars. It's what they do for a living.
Yeah. So, but that is all that we have. We don't have any other news on that. We just wanted to make sure that we touch base on that.
Exactly.
And that is a fucking bummer. So,
we do have our guest. So we're gonna turn the spotlight on her.
Do.
If I had a spotlight, maybe I'll try to figure out some way of doing a spotlight on the edit. But yeah,
there you go.
I got a light right here.
Oh, there we go. It's not
if
working.
it wants to work.
It's not working. That is exactly what's gonna. There it is.
There we go. Spotlight on her.
Amazing. Absolutely
I did it on
perfect.
myself. That's what happens. You grow up as a chick that hangs out with dudes.
How is Turdo? I haven't heard from him lately. How's he doing? Is he okay?
Yeah, he's good. Oh my gosh, my nephew is 16 now. He's also a skater boy.
Oh my god.
Boy. Yeah, I'm sorry, I squealed. I fucking adore my nephew. He is the best. He's great. And my brother, he's still a bachelor. He will be forever. I don't think he could live with another person. But he has his 3 fucking cats, and they are Tywin, Drogo, and Sir Davos.
Amazing.
Yes. And they are in charge of his house. So he's doing really good. We did our family camping trip this summer, and I don't think we even really tried to kill each other at all this time.
Oh, that's good.
We're getting old. Maybe we're getting a little bit more frail. So yeah. Now we know that
you're more mature. You're just more aware of your limitations.
I have 7 siblings, and I found that I definitely get along with them a whole lot more as I'm older than when I did younger.
Oh no, I love my brother, but don't fucking tell him that. Ever.
I'll just bleep
the
it out.
older sister. It's just us two, and I'm 2 years older than him. But ironically, everyone has always thought he was the older sibling because I'm such a pain in the ass.
Okay, that's fair.
I did think he was your older brother. I thought it was the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah, most people do. I'm like, no, he's my little brother, and he's 6'4", so it's more fun to say.
Yeah, that makes it fun. Come here, Tiny. Okay, well, I want to get into this topic with you, and one of the reasons that I brought you on, what inspired me to ask you to come on the show, was, of course, the fallout over Ballerina. Excuse me. I can talk.
Yes.
The John Wick spinoff, and the absolute lack of enjoyment that people seem to have. And I will say, based on what I read online, just because Ana de Armas was not a guy.
I think that's a big part of it. I don't think that's always the case. I think sometimes we jump to conclusions with that. It's very easy to assume that something wasn't successful for that reason. Right. I mean, it could have happened if they did another kind of spinoff with a different male character too, but I don't think it would have. I think that it wouldn't have been quite like this because it was really fucking good. It was good. It was a lot of fun. It was perfect for the John Wick universe. If you like John Wick movies, you are going to like Ballerina.
Hell yeah.
The action was spectacular. I believed she could do everything she did. And that was one of the things they started with. And it was, it was a little quip, fight like a girl. But you have to. Men are inherently stronger than us. That is not something to be debated. You guys are stronger. That doesn't mean I can't kick your ass. But
I've taught martial arts for many I taught martial arts for 15, 16 years. And when I taught women, it was a different way of teaching than I taught men. I taught them how to use their smaller frame, their agility, their speed, and how to avoid that physical conflict.
Can we talk about how women? Can we talk honestly? Can we talk about how women are better students?
I don't know.
Can we talk about that? You don't think so?
No.
Because look, I trained truck drivers, and my female students way better than my male students. My male students wanted to be all cowboy and do dumb shit. But my woman students, she like I had one young woman especially. She grew up in Miami. Her trucking school, she never got out of seventh gear because everything there is 25 miles per hour. So I had to train her to drive on the highway. And she was the best listener. She was quicker than any of my other students to improve. She was an amazing driver by the time I was done with her. Whereas I had one guy, we got turned to Tampa, and he's trying to turn around, and I tell him not to pull into a parking lot. He's trying to pull. I'm like, no, go down further. We'll find another place to turn around. And he still does it. And we got through it. No damage to truck, no damage to anything else. But I had to pull him out of the truck after we stopped. I'm like, you do that shit again, you're done. I'm sending you home.
Opposite experience. Like my high school valedictorian, salutatorian, me, and our top 10 students were all male. When I'm teaching martial arts, my male students tended to excel a little bit more. But that is more of a physical thing. But it also has martial arts is actually, what people don't understand, is like 95% mental and 5% physical. I think that's the one area in particular where male and female are very equal, is on their learning capabilities and their intellect. Both are equally adept.
I think it's very situational. I think women, I think men are raised to be more confident and aggressive. So that might account for some of the cowboy activity there, Mike. But also when women, and I know this because I've felt the exact same pull, when we enter a male-dominated space, there is absolutely a need to prove ourselves.
Yeah, there's a drive.
To make sure, to make sure that we belong there. So we are going to be more eager to put in the work to prove necessarily even to you guys, but to ourselves that we can do that.
Yeah, and it goes the same way. Like I had a good friend up in New York when I lived in Buffalo who was a male nurse. And I remember him going through that study, and he said he was top of his class because he worked to prove himself in that predominantly female-dominant industry. So you're exactly right.
Example. And you see a lot more male nurses now, and I love that. I love that you see that crossover a lot more. That because most things can be like that. There doesn't really need to be a man's thing or a woman's thing, and it's just so outdated and unnecessary. But I mean, it still exists, so we'll have to keep pushing in both directions, because you have stuff like Ballerina that comes out, and it's such a loss. And that's the thing too. Like, guys, you are missing out on this. You are the ones missing out. But I will say it goes in the other direction too, because I've talked about this. You've listened to some of the Church of Tarantino episodes I was on. One of the reasons I like to go on there is because I want to invite more women to come into male-dominated spaces, because a lot of women think that they aren't going to be welcome there, or they're going to be, exploited in certain ways. And sometimes that does happen too. It's not like it doesn't, but it doesn't mean that it's not available to you. Like, I can't tell you how many women have told me over the years that Tarantino hates women and he doesn't respect them. I'm like, dude, he puts them up on a fucking pedestal. Have you seen one of his movies?
Yeah.
Have you seen one of his movies? Please watch one of his movies and then let's have that conversation. So just be more open to those ideas. There's just a lot of things I think that we ingrain in our heads, and it kind of makes stuck.
When it comes to video games in particular, it was a very male-dominant activity when it came to like the 80s and 90s, because it was geared towards men. But the women gamers has been growing exponentially, especially over the last 15 to 20 years. It's becoming huge. And right now, I think the last statistic was like 64% male, which is
so awesome.
The most balanced it's ever been in history. And so a lot more industries, a lot more gaming companies are gearing more games towards female audiences.
Right.
But they need to stay away from that whole like cooking game and farming happy-go-lucky game, because women like playing Call of Duty just as much as guys do. I've seen it, and I've got my butt kicked by them.
Yeah, I probably kicked your butt. And that's who.
And they can talk as much trash as any guy.
And, I will tell you too. I did take pleasure in that, especially if the second I would come into a room. It was really when I started playing Gears of War when it first came out. There was one other woman for years and years and we played together all the time, but there were really no other women. So the second I would enter a room on any kind of multiplayer game, and then I was in a clan for a while too. Damn, I remember those.
I was in my World of Warcraft guild for many years, and we had a very large population of ladies, and when it came to raiding, they were the most vicious.
Oh yeah. Well, if you're going, especially when it's early in those early years too, you have to be a little cutthroat again because you kind of have to prove yourself if you're going to hang out with all these dudes. But I would enter a room and they would hear my voice, and immediately I was either a 12-year-old boy or what's this fat bitch doing in here? Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know what I look like, so.
Yeah, you're about to get owned, punk.
Not only, and so what if I fucking was anyway? But yeah, okay, go ahead, run your mouth, and I would sit there and be chill, and then I would kick their asses, and that it was just fuel for me to get really good at games, which some I did, and some I was never good at. Like Call of Duty, I loved, but I was never good at it. That was just fun.
I remember the last time I played Halo online. And this is when I stopped playing online. It wasn't because of this, many incidents included, but I kept getting murked by this chick who who just run up and ambush me with an energy sword, and it's one shot, one kill, and just take me out. I'm like, what that? Like several times. What that made me realize was that I did not have enough time to dedicate to getting good enough to not get murked all the time. It wasn't because of her. It was because I knew I sucked. So kudos to her for just taking care of me all the time.
And kudos to you for being honest with yourself.
Hey, I know, I appreciate that.
No shame here. No shame here.
That's why I stopped playing the multiplayer games. I'm like, I don't have every night to be on here. I just come on and I get my ass kicked, and it's frustrating. It's not fun, and I don't want to throw any more controllers. I don't want any more holes in my wall.
I'm getting older. I don't have the reflexes anymore to keep up with the kids in those multiplayer games.
Ain't that the truth, man? My middle assassin, he would have me. Miles, he would have me come. He's like, Dad, come play Apex with us, or come play Overwatch with us. And I'd be like, okay. And they'd carry me the whole match, but I would do my best.
A couple years ago, he broke up with. He's my oldest dragon. He broke up with his girlfriend, and it was devastating. It was his first serious relationship. It was they carried on all the way from high school. So I was like, yo. And he was living on his own at that point too already. So I was like, yeah, why don't we get on and we just play some fucking Gears? We'll go through the trilogy, the OG trilogy together, and we'll play. We haven't since you were a kid. I am sitting there, and this was recently. This was like 2 years ago, and I'm like, I haven't played in a while either. But I usually go back and I will do the original trilogy like every couple of years, no matter what. I miss my dudes. I miss the story. So I go, we start playing, and I'm like, I'm going to show him what a badass I am. Oh my God, he's so good. And I'm fine. But I'm like, I forgot what this fucking button does. God damn it.
One of our favorite holiday traditions is to play Master Chief Collection together. And we'll do like split screen. We do old school split screen. And it's usually rockets, so it's just complete chaos the entire time. I used to beat these. Not anymore. I'm getting too old for it.
Give me the intellectual games, and that's where I'll dominate. I think that's why I kind of like gravitate to the sniper play style, because I can be cautious, I can be slower, and just rely on my accuracy and smarts to get me through.
Focus and cunning, yeah.
I do that a little bit more now too. I always used to be shotgun in your face. Like if you wanted me to go on a stealth mission, that would last for 3 seconds before I just started.
It's still
running
considered
around
stealth if no one survives, right?
Exactly, because nobody knows what I did. Yeah. No, but I find myself doing that now, and I used to stay away from snipers in most games. There are a few games that I really like sniping in, like Mass Effect, fun game sniping. But yeah, it's definitely different.
yeah, that it is. So let's get into Fallout. We are going to be starting on October 17th. We are going to start discussing the episodes one by one. But I had you watch the series because I wanted to talk about Lucy as a woman main character in a video game property. Going into it, what were your expectations and how did those change as you started watching?
Okay, first of all, usually any kind of video game adaptation don't usually do very well. I liked the idea that they were going to do an actual series rather than try and turn it into a movie. It makes more sense. Normally, I would have minimal to no expectations, but in this scenario, I heard so many people say it was really great. Well, Goggins is in it, and that's my man right there.
He's amazing.
I love him. He is so good in everything he does. I would watch that man read the dictionary. He is
His
phenomenal.
Walmart commercial is amazing.
Thank you. This is we're the same person. So so I had some expectations, but I also, before viewing TV shows, movies, even if it's something I'm super excited about, I try not to read too much beforehand. I try not to be too
Yeah.
influenced by outside sources. I try. So
That's
something's really
the way to go.
popular too, I will wait like a while to watch it because I don't want those expectations. So I dove in having good ones, and immediately I'm like, this is fucking great. It's so great. I
think
loved
it's
it.
the best video game to show adaptation I've seen yet.
Yeah, I agree. And I afterwards too, my best friend, she is not a gamer, not that kind of gamer anyway. That's not fair. She's a gamer. She's just not in like shooter games. She doesn't do big RPGs. She doesn't do stuff like that. So she started watching it and she told me she fucking loved it too. She's like, oh, you know, the marriage.
Not a gamer. My wife's not a gamer at all. She loved it. She watched it with us. Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't have to be familiar with the video game. I mean, I'm sure it enhances it considerably. I don't know how true it was to the games because I never played.
It was actually pretty good. It was pretty much on point to the world itself.
The only thing that really deviated from the games is that they changed how the ghoulification works.
Yeah.
How turning into a ghoul works. They did change that because they introduced the medicine. That was not in the games before, but pretty much everything else is pretty spot on.
Then even more kudos to him. The way that the story was developed and told, that you got to kind of find along the way how everything came to be instead of just doing one episode of backstory. I fucking hate that. Don't just give me the exposition all at once. I don't have the span for that. I'll start daydreaming about other things.
I think I think the audience, I don't mean to interrupt you. I think we have the benefit as the audience to be Lucy, to travel with Lucy. She is our analog, discovering this world the same as we are.
One thing I loved about that show was that it wasn't based off of one main character. There was actually technically three. And you got this, and it was pretty much an equal screen for all three, and how it ties together is incredible. I loved it.
Yep.
Yeah, my favorite way to learn about any kind of universe and any kind of medium is learning it along with the characters. And Lucy and Maximus, the two of them, I liked because they're both very similar, but also very different. They were both naive about the world in a way. Well, she was naive in a direct way. He was in a different kind of way. And they both had almost, I love because it was so violent, and the violence was quite gory, which I love that contrast. Also, because everything is also really bright. It wasn't dark. There isn't like it doesn't actually look dark. It is a bright world. So to have that violence and it to be so open, it also gave a little bit of levity to it, making it a little bit more room for the humor, which was done very well. But I liked that they were both so naive and kind of almost childlike in this very dangerous world.
Well, the thing about Lucy that kind of put the spotlight on her a lot is that she's the one that's from the spotlight of the player in the games. Because in the games you start out as a vault dweller, and you get down come out of the vault into this world that you don't know anything about.
Yeah, and it was and that aspect of it, and then also too the fact that she was so naive. And I think it was her dad who said to her, if you go out there, you're going to change. And I love, my favorite kind of characters are your everyday man, the everyday person who's put in extraordinary circumstances and they rise to the occasion. Favorite stories, favorite characters, most interesting, probably because we can all insert ourselves in their place. But I loved that was her, because the one thing she didn't have a lot of knowledge about the world or anything about it. She didn't have a skill set to go out and kick ass or anything like that. But she was a curious person. And if you're a curious person, you're naturally going to adapt to your surroundings a little bit easier. And that's what made her survive. She continually adapted to what was happening around her. And she was relatively pragmatic about it.
For the most, I think the turning point for her was definitely the surrender with the raid on the vault. When the raiders were coming in, that was obviously the point where she realizes this world I'm not prepared for this. But still, even in that moment, she was clever enough to adapt and to survive horrific situation.
Yeah, and then she saved her brother. Like, she saved her brother. She was brave. She was running around like everybody else is freaking out. Totally reasonable that they were too, and terrified.
Right.
Oh my gosh, there's a kitty. I'm sorry. I'm so excited.
Yeah, my lunatic's. She doesn't want to leave me alone.
What is her name?
Her name's Luna, but we call her Lunatic for, because that's what she is.
She's crazy.
Cat. Yeah, cat.
She just wants to show her butt on air and trying to avoid that.
That's okay. It's
While
okay
she's
for cats
balancing
to.
on
That's
my hand,
true.
on my little narrow armrest.
Just put a little peach emoji on the video version.
I had a black cat when I was growing up, and he lost most of his tail, so he just had a little stub. And I lived with 3 dudes when I was 19 in Detroit, and I came home one day from work, and because was a black cat, but he had a little white butthole, little teeny tiny little butthole that everybody got to see because he didn't have a long tail anymore. So I came home from work one night, and he has a fucking eye patch over the back of him because they put an eye patch over his skull.
Amazing.
Yeah, they called him Stubby.
Luna,
That's amazing.
If you're listening, Andrew, hello.
We're just blushing down there. So obviously, okay. So Lucy starts out, and she's very naive. She has these very small concerns in her bubble of world, which is of course the vault, and then things change. How, having watched her evolution over the series, how do you think they did with her progression of her character and the changes that she went through as the story progressed?
I thought it was very believable because she didn't just suddenly become a badass. She wasn't suddenly running around and like killing everybody and whooping everybody's butt.
She was extremely naive and timid at first, which, yeah.
Yeah, she wasn't great with the gun at first. She missed shots. She kept losing things. And it wasn't just, and I didn't feel manipulated that way too. Like, we're just going to progress the story by making her continually mess up. No, we were following her. I felt like we were following her, and this was a natural progression. It made sense to me. As she learned more about the world, she got better with certain things, and she took the knowledge that she learned from people and watching.
What I think is they took a cue from video gaming on that, and she was leveling up.
Yes, actually. Yep, our previous show was that on the previous show that we did that?
Yeah, we talked a
Or
little
was
bit
that
about
an early episode of this? So we talked a little bit about somebody went through after the season ended.
This show.
And calculated it was this show? Yeah, they calculated her how much XP she gained and what level she was by the end of the season. I think it was level 9 or something.
8.
By the end of the
it was level 8
by the end of the season. Yeah, based on what she did, the traveling she did, and the
I mean, there's definitely different variables like quest XP and things like that, but that's getting nitpicky.
But she was a better shot by the end. She was making smarter choices by the end, but she still wasn't like going out there and just like owning everybody either. And when she had an emotional moment that she came to, like when she had to face her dad and the truth at the end, when she's just frozen, that was a really, really great moment. Like everything that happened with her, I felt like it was earned. And rooting for her too. I wanted her to do well. I wanted her to win at everything. She was really likable without being annoying. And she had that like really, really youthful, like adorable face with those fucking doe eyes. Oh my god. Yeah.
Have you seen her in Yellow Jackets? Have you watched Yellow Jackets?
I haven't watched Yellow Jackets, but I've seen her. God damn, she's gorgeous. She is gorgeous.
I recommend anybody who hasn't watched Yellow Jackets needs to watch it. Yeah.
I've been told I need to watch it many times. I will get there one day.
Yeah. My wife watched the pilot without me, and then she stopped it and said, you have to watch the show with me when you get home. And then we started over, and we are currently waiting on season 3. So, anyways, this is obviously this is a progression that we're seeing, especially in anything video game related, and it's something that I think we've been leading to for a long time. It's something that the Star Wars Outlaw that caught a lot of crap for the design of their female character because she wasn't sexy enough.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's not what she needs to be. That's not what the story is. But even like the I call it like the desexualization of Lara Croft in the reboot of the newer games.
Yeah.
What can people take away from this as far as, it's funny because I keep flashing back to the conversation with Quentin and the church, and talking about like, well, how do you know how to write female characters? And he's like, motherfucker, because I'm around female people, I'm around women, I just observe and I write. Like, what are the pitfalls right now as far as writing women, portraying women in media, especially connected to things like, even characters in Skyrim or anything? What are the biggest problems right now, and are we really heading in a better direction, or does it just look like we are?
I think that we are. I think Lucy is proof that we are. I think that we have this really great written character, and I also like that she could have been a male character, and it would have worked just fine in that role also. I love that about her. Does she still get like female aspects to her? Yes. I think the main problem is we just police women in general. You made a really good point, particularly with Lara Croft. Mike and I were just watching Tomb Raider the other night, and I'm like, this movie's so stupid and fun. I love it. But we're watching Angelina's, while she's running, we're watching her titties just go up and down and up and down. I'm like, to me, it literally hurts me watching. But it's also fucking hilarious, right? Because the original game, she had the freaking it wasn't about, okay, Angelina's sexy no matter what. But
sure.
And so was Laura. It's okay to be sexy and it's okay to be hot, but it's okay not to too. The point is, it just needs to be whatever suits the character. And we need to stop talking about it all the time. I mean, not like that. This is a conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just end the podcast. All right, we're done.
Let's talk about our play now.
All right. Well,
yeah,
there's like put a kibosh on this shit.
I'm done. I'm ending your show. Yeah. No, we need to stop policing women. We need to stop. We don't do that with men. We don't sit there and go, oh, right, they made him too sexy, didn't they? Oh, look at what's his face with his dick out of his boxers for the dick shot.
Stanley.
Yeah. Stanley's dick. Yeah. We're not policing. We are policing Stanley's dick. You're reported, Stanley. You're bad. Don't do that again. He will do that. But we do. We need to start looking at women the same way we do at men when it comes to things.
Right.
We need to be that's all that needs to happen. But I do think it's getting better. I just think that, and this doesn't just go with this particular issue, there's so many people, the voices that are like way over here are so much louder than everybody else. The people who are complaining about women being over sexualized, okay, shut up. It's up to them. It's up to us. We get to decide what we want. You mind your own business. If I want to run around like Angelina with my titties bouncing around, that's my fucking choice. And if it makes sense for the character, then it's also fine. If it does, like if we had Lucy running around in some skimpy shit, I wouldn't have been interested. I would be like, oh, I see what you're trying to do. You are trying to lure in the male gaze or the female gaze also, but you are luring us in for that reason also, which you are not telling me that you want me to watch this because you have content that's interesting to me. Mm-hmm. You are just trying to get my attention. You are not going to keep it that way because I can go find that wherever I want, unless Michigan takes porn off the internet, because that's weird.
Right.
See, I derailed like 15 times in that whole.
That's fine, but I think one thing that I noticed when I was going back, and I was trying to look for instances specifically for this conversation, and I will say one thing that seems to be true, and I'm hoping it's not just my biased view being a male, but that Bethesda seems to treat their women in their games fairly.
Oh yeah.
I don't see a lot of instances where there's over sexualization or the woman has to be the victim every time. Anytime, any game that you can play as woman or man or both or whatever. There's nothing there. I really couldn't find any instance. The only weird thing, and I'll stand by this till the day I die, but Curie, Fallout 4 is a weird fucking character. Weird character. anybody who's not familiar with Curie, she is a nanny bot who is a doctor in a vault that you find when you go to find a cure. That was the mole rat, the vault behind the vault widget that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And you can eventually transfer Curie into a synth body, which is about as human-like as you can get human. And she is so extremely childlike, and you can romance her, and it is, and she's very nice.
That's very Fallout, though.
Yeah.
I was going to say that
but,
seems almost appropriate for the universe, but also, ooh.
Yeah, no, I don't agree. I don't think it was necessary. I think there's some waifu stuff going on there. I didn't care for it. It's just weird because like she's an adult woman body, but her mentality is like she's been a robot underground for hundreds of years. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you put her in a human body. Weird feelings. I'm like, oh my God, creepy stuff.
Okay. So that also brings me to another thing that I think is very interesting too, is, you know, it's also how you look at it. And I'm just saying someone might argue this counterpoint to she's not human, so it's not the same.
Right.
I don't agree with that. One of the things that I like to look into is, you know, AI, and we're looking at like, you know, what makes you alive? Your consciousness, if you're self-aware, if you're fucking Skynet, right? Like how many shows and movies and video games and things have we read and been exposed to where Alien is, that whole entire universe is a perfect one, looking at, you know, the androids. Are they are they learning to be human? Are they alive? Are we considering them alive? Not biologically, but are they alive? So I would bring that up in this case.
Star Trek Next Gen hit on that quite a bit with Data.
A lot with Data. Data tried to date. Data, all the Datas. Oh my goodness, all the variants.
What was there's one conversation with Data. I think he was having it with Dr. Crusher, and he was like, they're having a debate about what is alive. And
they had a trial about that too.
It wasn't Crusher. It was the doctor that came in for like one season before she came back.
Yeah.
Okay, but it was a conversation about fire, because Data's like, well, fire consumes and it reproduces and it, you know, spread, whatever. It was a very interesting conversation. They're super interesting how they address that.
Yeah, but it's a creepy way to kind of go, well, it's not really sentient, and kind of give like the weird vibe. I get what you're saying. I haven't experienced myself, so I don't know specifically from what you're saying. I think that's kind of icky.
It is. Some people will disagree with me, but for me, nope, creepy. But I can't think of anything. Like Sarah Morgan and Andrasia in Starfield are amazing characters with dynamic backstory, like very well-rounded backstories.
They're better than the two male ones, in my opinion.
I fully agree. Sam Coe is the worst father in the galaxy. I'll stand by that.
I love all the women in Skyrim too. Like Skyrim, and that was all that, and that's old. That was quite some time ago, and we had badass characters in Skyrim. It was one of the reasons I got into it. I was terrible at that fucking game, and I had that horrible glitch where every time I spawned somewhere, there was a fucking dragon.
Oh, yeah, you're welcome.
I had no, thank you so much. I had dragons everywhere, but you know what? It made me, and I ended up getting really good at the game because I had to constantly No, I had a friend come over, or maybe it was a guy I was dating. I had him come over, and he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with your game?" And I'm like, "It's just hard, right?" It's just really hard. I just thought it was supposed to be hard. Yeah. Right. But that was one of the first games that I kind of got into that way, and there was so many women in leadership roles too in a fantasy game like that. It was one of the first games that I can actively remember. It might not be like the first, actively remember where females were playing parts that could have been played by men, and they weren't, and they also were not being overly sexualized, like the fucking werewolf. What was her name? Ayla? Was that her name? Ayla the Huntress or something like that?
Ayla the Huntress was the companion, the companion in White Round.
Yeah. So I still am like, I'm in like a cave fighting spider somewhere in that game. I need to go back. But
well, then you got one of the most iconic would be Serena from
Yeah.
the Dawn Guard DLC, voiced by the lovely Laura Bailey. Hashtag Critical Role. And you know, her whole backstory was, I mean, she was very down to earth. She was obviously intelligent. They made you love her without having to overplay any stereotypes of you know, she's fully clothed, you know.
Yeah.
And that's something that I know it sounds trite, but it's something that Bethesda does do well.
I agree. I'm trying to actually think of a character that, at least in my experience, that is really,
Sure.
really sexual, that's a main character, or I felt was like exploitive at all. And I can't. I really can't. In fact, quite the opposite. I can think of other games that I love that have women all sexied up, and I'm not complaining about
Right.
it. But
Well, no, of course.
like I said, everything has a place, but I don't feel like there was ever anything at all that I can put a finger on. Certainly not. That was one of the reasons I was excited to come and talk about this specifically, because I think this is probably one of the best places for women as far as characters and creation.
Yeah, I'm struggling at this point.
Yeah, I can't. It is late, and I did tell you my brain was starting to die, but I don't think that's
No,
why.
I think we're on the
because they're
same
really.
page.
Well, the show's
I think
going
that they're
a
really.
little bit long right now. I would like to at least get into a little bit of our gameplay, and then we can wrap it up with another conversation. Get into some Starfield that you've been playing and apparently doing nothing but shipbuilding.
That's not entirely. It's not true.
Come on, I know you.
It took
Feel
a
free
while
to.
to deny it, so.
Yeah, no. This part, of course, you have free reign. Feel free, HB, to jump in wherever you like. I did start out my week in New Vegas because we were playing through New Vegas because Fallout TV shows going to New Vegas, and I finished RepCon.
Okay.
I forgot what an annoying pain in the ass that fetch quest is for the human pretending he's a ghoul.
Oh yeah.
Because you have to run all the way out of that damn building. Back. It's
I've never been a big fan of fetch quests in gaming to begin with.
No, and you can't go out and do both of them, bring it back. You have to go out, do one, bring it back, go out, do the second one, then bring it back to the guy. It was a pain in the butt. So I was going to continue on, and then I realized I had a side quest where I had to go back to the I-15, the road that leads up to the Mojave outpost. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Right down south of there, there's a place like, hey, go kill all the critters in this area. I'm like, all right, cool. I go down there, ants, easy peasy, right?
Until
Legion.
they start to hoard
The
on
Legion. The Legion. No, that wasn't
Oh.
even the problem. I didn't even get that far because the damn Legion kept showing up. The assassins kept showing up. I drew the ire of Caesar's Legion.
Or they call
in
him
my
Caesar
a couple
or
weeks
whatever.
ago. Caesar's Legion, whatever.
Yeah, that drives me nuts.
And if you piss off the factions in Fallout New Vegas enough, you can become vilified, and then they hunt you down. So I've had the Legion on my ass for a lot, and they just kept killing me. I couldn't get rid of them.
I have never met any assassin squad coming after me yet, and I'm vilified with like 3 different factions.
Are you vilified with the Legion?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And I went and rescued
in
that group.
Tipton? Oh, from that?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do in Tipton? Did you just walk by or ignore them? Or
I pretty much ignored them. It's when I went and actually rescued all those people. That's when I became that.
That's interesting.
I slaughtered the entire camp.
I've been vilified since Tipton, and they keep sending assassins after me. So I rage quit.
Okay, that's fair.
I was like, I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I kept loading back up, and every time I try to go down there, I even put on Legion armor. I even used Stealth Boys, and I was still running into the problem.
Yeah, you might want to just ignore that side quest for now, forever.
I know, but I was focused. I wanted to get it done and out of the way and off of my list, and so I went back to Starfield. Now, Starfield. I use a lot of mods, HB. Don't let this be any gauge of Starfield as a game. It is really good. I fucked my own game up. which it
I've been
was.
told nothing but good things about Starfield. It's one that I always wanted to play, and I just
That's
never came around to
amazing.
It's worth it.
Yeah.
We talked about how that's not the general consensus a lot on the show, but yes, it is an amazing game.
Well, the people I
but
know that game, that's what they've told me. But most of the people that I game with like the same shit that we do. So
Okay, well, there you go. See, like minds. But anyways, my mod order was fucked. There was a update since last time I played,
Oh,
and things weren't working. I was getting black texture meshes on like the spacesuits. I basically deleted all the game, hard reset the Xbox, went back in and removed a bunch of mods, adjusted some mods, got rid of other mods, added a couple, and finally, actually, it's a shorter list than it was before.
well, that's
So because I found out I did have a couple of redundancies in there, which you have to be careful about because that'll fuck you up. So I started a new game.
good. Again, this is like your third or fourth one?
Again. Yeah, whatever, dude. I've been through Unity like twice, but I've had
And every
like, 6
time it's
new
because
games.
of mod complications?
Whatever, man. Listen to you and your shit.
you, as an objective person just listening in, it's the problem. Are you the problem?
Yeah, the problem's
Okay.
I'm the problem. Says
Okay.
Taylor. I'm quoting Taylor Swift. I'm the problem. No, I'm.
I think that's the only Taylor Swift song I know. It's because of the meme.
Right. Hello, it's me. Okay. Sorry, I lost my spot.
My fault.
It's all good.
Taylor
I went
Swift.
in and joined the Vanguard. I did the first. I'm actually in the middle of the Constellation mission, where you have to go get the artifact from the dude out by Neptune. And I just got to shipbuilding. I'm like, oh, I want to, sweeten up the frontier, and I just kept going. I literally spent like 3 days. I'd get off, come home, eat dinner, sit down, watching TV with the wife and working on my ship. And it's still not done yet. That was my week. That was it. That's all I did.
Yeah,
But I'm obsessive about my shipbuilding. It's like my thing. So
he really is.
yeah.
And he's really quite good at it. I'm way worse. Even though when I first started playing the game, I was obsessed with it too, but then I started not being, and I've been to the Unity like 13, 14 times.
Yeah. You haven't got a unique universe yet either, have you?
No, I did. If you remember, I had to sit there and load at the end
you
of
had
the
to
game.
save some load
Yeah, for about 3 days.
to get a. Yeah.
I have the worst luck known to man.
You get to the end of the game, HB, and you can. There's different alternate universes when you do a new game plus. Like some certain things can be different. Sarah Morgan turns into a plant. Sam Coe's daughter tries to kill you, stuff like that. His luck is so bad. Anything randomized, he's screwed on.
Yeah.
Anything. He's 13 times through Unity, and not once did you get a unique universe. Is crazy.
And you got like
once
a
you got
15%, 20% chance of getting one.
Comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the two I did
Crazy.
get were terrible. The worst two you can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, I'm used to it. I'm quite used to it. In fact, I play Final Fantasy Tactics on my tablet, and I'll have a 90% chance to attack, and I'm already preparing for the eventuality I'm going to miss. Because it's going to happen. I'm prepared for it, and I can move on from it.
I appreciate that. I have that kind of luck in many facets of my life, so I understand.
Yeah. Well, Borderlands 4 came out, and that kind of is one of my obsessions, is the Borderlands series. So I've been obsessed with that game. I have very little gaming time, so I spent most of it in that. I did get into New Vegas, and I kept telling myself, I gotta get into Fallout, I gotta do it for the show, get away from Borderlands 4 and Claptrap. And I met the Yes Man. First thing I did when I got in there. I've only heard rumors of this character. There's a robot hidden in a back room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was cracking me up the entire way. I was programmed to answer truthfully any question I was asked. That was and he goes on to say, that was probably pretty dumb. As you're sitting there asking him all the details about his owner and what his plans are, and at the end of it, he's like, I'm going to help you accomplish so much, whether I want to or not. It just, everything is just amazing with that character. I love him.
Yeah, appropriate name.
A robot that has to literally do everything he's told. He cannot do anything against it, and he's an AI. And I did get a bunch of wildcard quests from the Yes Man. I know that was a thing, or what they even were, but it looks like it's different ways you can accomplish the end game. That's what I'm guessing.
I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah.
I'm way behind you at this
It just
point.
says wildcard, and then it gives you these different things you can go do that will outcome like the ending of the game, what you can do against Mr. House. How you can handle it.
Okay. It was interesting. I saw a video the other day because we talked about the canon ending and the lack that Bethesda says like, none of their Fallout games have a canon ending. And it was a video, and it was like one of those, I don't know if you've seen the ones of like the AI gorilla or Bigfoot in the woods, like getting Taco Bell, shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was like one of those productions, but it was Robert House. And he's like, you could do this, or this. It doesn't matter. In the end, the house always wins. And I'm like, oh, is that how they're going to bring it back? Wow.
Yeah.
My mouth got ahead of my brain.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Stop it. Is that how they're going to bring him back in the show?
I call it verbally typoing.
My tablet at work does this thing. If you don't type it in the right way, all of a sudden, like I'll type pronto and it'll be like PR, and then it'll just PR. Like that's what I feel like my brain just did. Anyways,
that's my normal life. Anyway, I finally found Benny. Because that quest to find him. Yeah, and apparently I didn't say the right things because I have no persuasion, I have no speech, nothing, anything, so I couldn't convince him for anything. I got into the presidential suite, waited for 3 days. I was waiting, and I figured, okay, this has to be a setup. Went over the intercom, and sure enough, I'm not going to show up. Are you kidding? You're an idiot. And he sends his bodyguards in to kill me. Thankfully, I found a tire iron in the casino, so I was equipped with something. Because they take all your guns and everything when you get into the casino, so you're unarmed. And they come in with these silenced 22 pistols, and I beat the crap out of one of them that had a pistol, took his pistol, and took care of everything.
Nice.
Thank you. It was a proud moment of mine. I felt like a James Bond in that moment.
R.I.P. Matthew Perry.
Mm-hmm.
You know how he got that role, right? He played the hell out of Paul. He played the Matthew Perry plays Benny, the checkered bastard that shoots you at the beginning of the game. And he got the job because he played the shit out of Fallout 3 to the point where he got carpal tunnel syndrome.
Holy shit!
Yes. And then he auditioned for the role and got into New Vegas.
Yeah. Oh my god, that's fucking.
And now that I talk to Benny in the game again, I could hear it. I can hear his voice. You can hear it? Yeah.
Yeah.
You threw me off.
Because he does a little bit of that. He's got like that old style, like Sinatra Rat Pack kind of accent, like speech mannerisms. You don't pick it up on it right away, but yeah, go back and listen. It's definitely him.
I picked up the Render unto Caesar quest. That felt so tongue in cheek, like most of the quests in this game. But apparently, I have to go talk to the man himself, and they pardon me of my crimes until I go talk to him. I'm a little nervous about doing that one. So one of the other quests...
that's a fun walk.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that. That's such a fun walk. When you get that quest, okay. Have you gone there yet?
No. I was doing a different quest.
It is it's one of the most tense moments in New Vegas. It was for me anyways. Because you get that quest and they're like, nobody's going to fuck with you. But you take that long walk up there, you feel the pressure. You feel the heat, dude. Like you're like, oh man, if shit pops, no way I'm getting out.
I'm looking forward to it now. I figured it was gonna be an interesting one. I wasn't sure what to make of it yet. I did start the I don't know how to pronounce this. Omerta quest. OMERTA? Omerta?
Sure. Looks like me.
Yeah. It's one of those other casinos I have to go into, and I'm finding out this. It's basically a whorehouse casino that you go into, and you got to figure out all this underground mob stuff that's happening in there.
Have you been to Gomorrah yet?
I think that's where that is.
You have so much fun stuff you're gonna discover.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a good one. That's one of my favorite ones too.
And when I went to that casino, again, they want to take my weapons, but then it gave me an option this time to hold out weapons. And it turns out I was able to
hold out smaller weapons.
Yeah, my Silence 22 pistol I stole. So now I'm not unarmed again, which is great. I miss my sniper rifle. That's what I do in every single game. Even in Borderlands 4, which I've never done before. And what I like about this game so far, in particular, well, most Fallout games, is that, except for 76 for the most part, is that you got so many different ways you can complete these quests, so many different routes you can take, and some hidden ones that you can do as well. It just makes it a lot more fun, gives you a lot more freedom. And when games start going, hi Luna, go a little bit too much on the freedom, it gets annoying as hell. But they think they got the right formula in New Vegas, and I'm starting to really enjoy it.
It's one of the things that people love about New Vegas. Mm-hmm. That's some of the things that make it stand apart from other Fallout games.
In 76, you'll probably get 2 or 3 choices on some of the quests, but it's very, very obvious. It's not so clandestine, or it's interesting. I did jump into Fallout 76. I still cannot find a suppressor for my sniper rifle anywhere. Break down rifles every chance I get, and I can't get it. Luna. She's living up in her name, Lunatic. You're going to hang yourself. Don't do that.
Does she come on the podcast often?
No.
No, this is the first.
She's always at my feet,
though. Because I'm here.
She's always at my feet. Yep, She's my little shadow. She's always resting right by my feet when I'm recording, but this time she wants to be in my lap. You can come on my lap.
I can't let my cat in anymore. He just meows the whole time because he thinks I'm fucking talking to him. I can't let him come in here when I'm working, either for meetings. I can for like some of my old clients because they really like him, and he's old. He's like 15, so he's been around forever. But yeah, he'll just hear
Luna's just sitting there staring at me like, "What you doing?"
My cat's outside the damn door. My cat's outside the damn door meowing right now. Ahsoka, my cat Ahsoka is outside yelling right now. Well, because my kid went to his boyfriend's house, so usually they lit to hang out with the lizard and stuff and the snake, but they're not here, so she's yelling outside the door right now. Yeah.
Okay.
You're it. We're the pet. That's the thing. When it comes to cats, we're the pet.
Yep. That's true.
So I've been doing Dark Brother, or did it again every single time, every episode.
Every week. You 3 for 3.
I'm just obsessed with Dark Brotherhood. I love it. I loved working on those quests. But anyway, Brotherhood of Steel.
That one.
Yeah. And I'm at the point where they make you do nothing but talk to everybody, run errands. You gotta give this person this report. And then I have to go and tell people that they're going to have to go with me and die. It's just, come on. You have to get some recruits to help you with a certain mine you have to go to because there's a big invasion of super mutants, and one of the girls that you have to get is a newbie, and she freaks out when you tell her she has to come with you guys. I've never shot a gun publicly. What am I going to do? I'm going to die. Yeah, you're going to die. She's the red shirt of Fallout.
Amazing.
But when I got to the mine, I realized I have absolutely 0 ammo on anything but my sniper rifle. So
what are you doing, man?
Yeah, I did the one thing that normally is pretty quick, because everyone has these camps that they do in Fallout. You can have your own camp, you can set up your own shop. And the best way to get ammo is to go to these camps, because the vendors in the game are stupid expensive, and it's like 10, 15 caps per bullet. And no one has that kind of money. But players will sell it for 1 cap per round, which is nice. I had to load the server probably, I think, 11 times today, trying to find a camp that had ammo that wasn't arrows or alien ammo. It took me forever. I spent half of my money just fast traveling trying to find ammo today. It was annoying as crap. Finally found someone that had it, got loaded up, and I did one of my favorite events that I've only seen happen twice, and I did it again. It's called, I wrote it down because I was going to forget. Most Wanted. It's one of the events that occurs in Nuka-Cola World. And that's where I got one of my favorite guns in the game so far, Gunther's Big Iron, in the beginning of the game. That 6-shooter I was using all the time, that I way out-leveled quickly. Well, I got a level 50 version of it, 45 caliber, and I had 15 rounds. So I had to go back hunting for ammo, and yeah, start that whole process again. And people, if you're going to be selling something at your camp, please, for the love of God, put your vending machine somewhere that it's easy to find, and not buried somewhere hidden inside of your camp, in your really trashy camp that's cluttered to high hell.
Wow, tell us how you really feel, Widget.
You don't want that. And there's another event that's happening this week called Invaders from Beyond. I guess it's a really popular event that they started last year or so. It's all about alien abductions.
Okay.
And I saw one of them happening, so I was excited to go check it out. Because they do these public events where all the players in the server can come join in and work together and do it. I got there. It took forever to load, and when it finally did, it said, "Thank you so much for fending off the aliens, blah, blah, blah." And I got the rewards. And there was a bunch of dead alien corpses everywhere. I had just missed it, but somehow was able to get every bit of the rewards. All the plans, the title, everything. Didn't have to spend a single bullet.
Nice.
Yeah. So I finally, after 3 hours of looking for bullets and going to these two events and getting my awesome new gun, finally got enough rounds, and I had to start recording. So I couldn't start the quest for this Brotherhood of Steel yet. Now I'm prepared.
And podcast.
Yeah. Having to prepare for a guest and do technical problems.
Nobody had to prepare for me.
We're fucking mess.
Yeah,
real quick, a couple things around Discord real quick. Nikki Z, did you see the pics of his skeleton crew in the Starfield channel?
I did. Gross.
It was hilarious because the crew they're skeletons in Starfield. And one of them is the
dark,
it's
drippy
for sure
skeletons.
Yeah, for sure the second picture in the Discord, Widget will probably put it up on her video.
Yeah.
Is her or his character sitting on the bed, and then all these skeletons meme style standing around the bed. Which was hilarious to me in the moment.
Well, what he needed to do was have a closet and then put them all in the closet.
Skeletons in the closet.
You can go really bad with that.
Really? That's gonna get the laugh, not the gangbang meme one. All right, fine, whatever. And then the other
Just dad jokes, and I want to fucking hate them, but I don't.
They're the best.
Laugh all the time.
Too good.
I'm a dad.
All the time.
I'm just what I do.
They're funny. They're funny. They are though.
The other one I definitely want to point out is Mossy's Outpost, which is also in the Starfield channel on our Discord.
Yeah, you did bring that up.
It's turning out awesome. He's putting an insane amount of work into that.
That thing's insane.
Outpost.
I want him to do a video of it. Mossy, do a video of it, and I promise you I will post it on the next episode on our show so people can see your work, because it's really, really, really good. I'm going to throw up a couple of pictures on this episode, but I'm challenging you, Mossy. Give us a good video. You can even talk in it and, give us a tour. I want to show it off.
Definitely. And that is all I got, man.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about before we wrap it up?
Well, I would definitely like to say thank you to HB Walsh, the renowned, the amazing, the much storied and heralded, for coming on the show. Really appreciate you being here. A lot of fun.
We'll have to ask her back on when season 2 of this TV show comes up.
Yeah?
Yes, I would love that. And thank you for having me on. I was really excited about it. This was a crazy week, and I was looking forward to this. This was my carrot dangling at the end.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Aw, gosh. Do you want to post, where can people find you?
Oh, I have a website, so you can find all my shit in one place now. I'm a grown-up. I fucking work in social media and content development. I build websites. So of course I didn't have my own forever. Yes, you can find me at heatherbaxendale.com. You can find my books on there. They're action adventure, female led, lots of fun and lots of violence because I enjoy it. You can find all the podcasts I'm on in there. I co-host Word of.
I'm sorry. If one of you guys could just send me after the show that information, I'll post it on the video.
Gotcha.
Thank you. I co-host 2 different podcasts. Word of Hellmouth. It is a Buffy rewatch show. We are just starting season 4 of Buffy, and we are co-doing Angel along with it. So they are running in tandem. And I also do another show. It is about fantasy books with my friend Morgan, and it is called A Pod of Wings and Filth. And that's on there, though. You can check
I'm a
that out.
fantasy
And
author.
all the links. You too?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff do you write? You do everything, too.
Yeah, I have
Emperor Continua.
Emperor of Continua is the first book. Guardian of Cain is the second. It's a series. I'm working on the third right now. 2 were published. It was published originally by Loris Publishing, and now Amazon picked up a contract with me. So
Congratulations. That's
Thank
fucking
you.
great.
So
That's
yeah,
wonderful.
I love the whole I'm gonna check out that one because I'm really big into obviously the fantasy world.
Well, thank you. Yeah.
And
Well,
you
and
said that
that's right.
you're also okay. You have your series, the Prophecy, and then I heard on another. I think it was on the church. You said that you're starting a sci-fi series as well.
I'm actually in the last few chapters of it right now. I'm actually shopping around
Yes.
another story. It's kind of like you would like it. It's Buffy meets Dean Winchester, supernatural type
Okay.
one. I'm shopping
That's
that
all I
around to
needed
get
to know.
to get traditionally published right now. But the manuscript I'm working on right now, I'm coming to an end of it. Ironically enough, it's kind of a Fallout situation. It's a
Nice.
mix of the greatest hits of my favorite kind of like sci-fi video games and stuff too. It takes place on a planet far off in some other galaxy where humans were colonials, and then they ended up going to war and blowing their whole entire world up. Then they had to start rebuilding again, and this is 1,000 years after the fallout, and all of the governments are at each other's throats. Meanwhile, they are being and they are meanwhile being invaded by an alien race, and they all have to get their shit together and get over their bullshit and work together, or they're all gonna fucking die.
I love that premise. That's a great premise. I love
It's
that.
going to be a trilogy. I'm having fun with this one. This one's a lot of fun. Last one, I put my heart on the page a bit too much, and I need to have fun and kill bad guys.
There you go. There you go. Well,
Fair
thank
enough.
you again
I understand
for joining
that.
us. Awesome having you on.
Mm-hmm. That's a great outlet.
All right. For everyone else, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much, HB, again for coming on. It was a pleasure. We will have you on again if you're willing. We'll see.
Absolutely. Like,
And thanks again, everybody, for your likes, your subscribes, your 5-star ratings on iTunes and Spotify. Those are huge helps. And have a fantastic week out in Bethesdaverse.
Peace out.